All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Yashim, Yahweh Shai by Yashim, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutation unto the hopeful elect, the 1/3 of Yasha Allah, upholding the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Peace and salutation. This is the brother Bakwashin, and I just want to cover a couple quick precepts through the Spirit. I'm going to start here in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 8. It says, "There is no man that hath power over the Spirit to retain the Spirit, because the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is given to us, okay, as a gift, okay? We don't control it. We don't have any power of it. You know, the Spirit, goeth whithersoever it pleases, because it's from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Neither hath he power in the day of death," because if we had the power of the Spirit, then we would be able to overturn death. But even Yahushai, had to drink of that cup, okay? And so point being here is it says, neither hath he power in the day of death, okay? Because we can't bring ourselves back to life or none of those things, okay? So the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai has been given to us, but we don't have power over it. It says, "And there is no discharge in that war. Neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it." And so really that's the point I wanted to cover, which it says, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it, because Esau, the so-called white man, okay, is the one that is portraying all the wickedness here in this world, okay? Everything that's against the scriptures, the rebellion, okay, is promoted here in this society. But it says, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. So I'm going to start here in the book of Job. This is Job chapter, and obviously this whole chapter goes into Esau's wickedness, but I'm going to start here in verse 14. This is Job 18 and 14. It says, "His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors." Okay, and that's what's happening currently here in Babylon, aka America. Okay, Esau, the so-called white man's light is being put out. Matter of fact, let's just grab that real quick. This is Job chapter 18, verse 5. It says, "Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out." So that knowledge, that wisdom, on the left-hand side that Esau, the so-called white man, has had is being put out. He's being found out. He's being revealed. Okay. All of the things in which he was able to get away with, he's no longer able to get away with those things. Okay. It says, "Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out." There was times where people didn't know about false flags, didn't know about, all of these staged actors, right? How media basically controls the minds of the people. Media and government are in the same bed. It says, "Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out." All of the lies of who we are as a people, okay? Caesar Borgia, right? That's been, shoved down, Israelites, throats for forever, man. So that light is being put out. All of the things in which he's portrayed to be glorious, okay? All of that was all just wickedness. It says, "Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine." All right. Back in Job 18, and because as we'll read Job 18 and 14, "His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle," because that light was his confidence. Okay. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Okay. So in his tabernacle, in his, abode, all of that confidence that he has had is being taken out. As scripture says, "The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee." or as it says in Isaiah the 47th chapter, right? You're not going to sit a queen forever. It says, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors, talking about Yahweh Shem Shai. Verse 15, it shall dwell in his tabernacle because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. So that confidence, him being given the gift of the sword, the fatness of the earth, right? All of that's going to be rooted out of him, man. Okay? It says brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. So those thermonuclear ICBM missiles are going to terrorize this place, man. Okay? Verse 16, his roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. So just like it is right now across the globe, you saw the so-called white man is feared. Babylon, aka America, is this prestigious icon in the world. But scripture says his roots shall be dried up beneath. Okay? All of the wickedness that he's been able to portray throughout the earth, that source, okay? And really, you can almost even say that source, of Esau, the so-called white man, and his roots really stem back to, Yahweh Shem Shai, allowing Satan to rule for a season. Okay? Until he be, as scripture say, until he be taken out of the way. Matter of fact, let's just grab that real quick. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 6. And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Because earlier in the scripture, it talks about Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Esau, the so-called white man. Only he who now let it will let until he be taken out of the way. So Yahweh Shem Shai is going to allow him a little season to do what he's done, to be for these charges to be placed upon him of being the wicked, him being revealed, no longer able to hide behind all of these surnames and all of these pronouns and him, shim, all that. No, she, theys. You see, all of this is a way to blanket himself, or a way for him to try to hide himself. Okay? But Yahweh Shem Shai is taking him out the way, man. Okay? That's why the first scripture I led with, it says, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. Okay? Whatever you sow, that shall ye also reap. This is back in Job chapter 18, verse 17. His remembrance shall perish from the earth. Okay, once again, because we talked about his roots being dried up. It says, and above shall his branch be cut off. Okay, when you don't have no roots, your roots dried up, they are brittle, they have no source of nutrition, and then your branch being cut off, the only thing that's left is for you to rot and to be destroyed. And that's what's happening to Babylon, aka America. It's been revealed. It's about to be destroyed. It says, his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street, man. Because that glory of kingdoms is no longer glory. Okay? As scripture says, and we'll wrap up on this, This is Habakkuk 2 and 15. It says, woe to him. That's not the one I'm looking. Well, yeah, we'll start there. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink. See, this is another thing that he's done in wickedness. The Spirit speaketh expressly. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also. See, these are the things that are being revealed about Esau. And like I said, that's why the Spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai has the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and all of the brothers across the four winds, okay, constantly chanting down this place, because the sins have reached to the heavens. Okay, this place ain't gonna be destroyed just for one specific thing. It's gonna be a multitude of things, man. And this one right here is one of the primary ones. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also. See, people talk about, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Israelites, and how, we're downtrodden people and all this, that, and the third. But we the greatest people on the face of the earth. It was just through our disobedience that we were given into the hand of the wicked, man. Okay? But through that, he made our people drunk, man. Off of those smooth words. Okay? It says that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Okay? Because our people are, 2/3 of our people are not covered by the Spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai. So they out there just like the heathens. Okay? Heathens used to wrestle in gyms naked. Okay? That's what the word gymnos goes back to. Okay? But that's not just in a physical sense. It's in a spiritual sense of not having the covering of Yahweh Shemi Shai, man. These holy scriptures. Living by these terms in which Esau has created. Going back to categoreo, the accuser of our brethren. Accusing our people for things in which he's done. That drunkenness came from his lies. Okay? But let's wrap up. This is the point. This is Habakkuk 2 and 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Okay? Drink thy also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So yeah, man, this place is being revealed. All the wickedness that's been done. Okay. And not only shameful spewing is going to be on this place. Okay. But death and destruction is nigh to Babylon, aka America. So, Lord will, this is edifying for the elect. And until next time, shalom.